What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Bell Collective review. All right, so I recorded the entire video and it was no audio. I'm so annoyed. So I'm just letting you know now. I hate repeating myself after I finish an entire video. That hasn't happened to me too many times. So I'm a little annoyed. Anyways, the episode was actually really good. It was actually really good. A lot of things to unpack in this episode, but let's jump right into it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and let the diva know you stopped by. And that's what it is. Oh, thank you, Charles. Charles just sent me a text message and said that my videos get him through his Saturdays. Oh, I love you. Anyways, all right, let's get into Bell Collective. You know, Charles is from Jackson, Mississippi, honey. Shout out to Jackson, Mississippi. We down here, and Tambra and her parents. She goes to visit her parents. Her parents look a little older. I guess she's around 40, so they're probably like in their 70s, which probably like maybe late 60s, 70s, or something like that. So they look a little older. Her makeup. Now, I don't like to talk about people's choices I mean, I really don't like to talk about people's looks. If I don't know if you ever noticed that, but I don't really get into people's looks too much. It's a very rare occasion. Um but because people, it's subjective, you know what I'm saying, how people look. But the Pepto Bismol lip gloss or lip matte lip do, I don't, it's not. So hopefully Tambra can get with somebody who can do her colors, you know what I'm saying? And next season she can have her shit together, because it's not working for me at all. So her mother wants to know about her, what's going on in her life besides work. Everybody is clear that Tambra is focused on her career, but her mother wants to know what's up with grandbabies. And she's like, well, I kind of wanted to be married first. And her father's like, I agree. Like, yeah, like let's do it the traditional way. We're not gonna say it's the right way, but we'll say it's the traditional way. Her parents have been married for 51 years. Now, let me tell you something. I don't think anybody after the silent era, after our grandparents, i.e., Tambra's parents, is around grandparents' ages now, that's not happening. I don't think it's too many baby boomers who have been married for 50 plus years or 40 plus years. Hello? So her being 40 years old, unless you're gonna be with the same nigga for 50 years, in this day and age, I doubt it. I don't think she's gonna be with anybody sitting on a porch at 90 years old with the same old nigga from Jackson, Mississippi. I don't think so. She lets us know that her mother and father are still in a relationship with her ex-boyfriend, because they were together for 16 years. And so she feels like, there's nothing that she can do. They were together for so long. They have their own relationship. She just let her parents know, it's y'all fault that I won't settle for less. And they should be proud. They should be proud, because they could be like Jurez and have 3 grandchildren in less than a year, like Marie. So be happy you got somebody like Tambra versus a child like Jurez. But we'll get on to him later. Antoinette is down to the dental offices, right? And her Ty is there. Ty is a contractor, and I think everybody can agree he is easy on the eyes. I think we can all agree on that. But she says she's stressed about the budget and just, building this space on her own. And Latrice shows up. Also, Antoinette's friend is there. Her name escapes me at the moment. She lets us know that she was 1 in 4 Black women in her dental class. And for her, that is, that's really important. It means a lot or whatever. And like I said, Latrice shows up and she lets Antoinette know that she does see her vision. They start talking about Tambra's party and how Lateshia was shading her and how she pulled her wig. She told the story a little different, unless they shot it a couple of times. I'm not sure. I can't imagine somebody allowing somebody to do that to them more than once. But with the way that she retold the story isn't how it exactly happened, did it, Antoinette? Antoinette lets us know that when her and Latrice get together, they love to keep shit stirred up, like Marie and Lateshia. So it's a good cast here, because they all like to keep the shit stirred up. And then you got Tambra's like, let's keep everything balanced and kumbaya. Great casting. They talk about how, with the girl there, I can't remember her name, but Antoinette's friend, they had to explain to her what I'm real is. And I feel like this is the second time we've had to explain something to you, girl. If you're going to be around these black folks, you're going to have to get it together, because I don't understand how, living in Jackson, Mississippi, could you not understand why being biracial might be a problem? Why? Why would it be a problem? Remember, she asked her that, and now they're explaining to you what I'm real is. I think I'm real is like explanatory. I'm real. I'm a real person. I'm honest. I'm real. Like, I don't, if you're going to be around this group of friends, girl, you need to keep up. Period. At Letitia's house, no, Marie's house. We're at Marie's house. Why did I write Letitia's house? We're at Marie's house, and Marie's grandkids are running around. We got 2 grandkids there. We know that they're under the age of 1. And she mentions that Jurez is off living life. She talks about her relationship with her man Cedric and describes it as a roller coaster, because apparently they have been married, divorced, and remarried. She makes a comment about the little baby having earrings in his ear. And she was like, how do you know he wants earrings? I agree. In all piercings for kids and stuff like that, for wait until they're older. Now, if they're, I remember when I was in elementary school, there was a couple of boys who had earrings in their ears. I mean, that if they wanted, their parents were with it, then that's up to them. But let the child decide, I don't know. Anyways, she just explains how it's a lot to deal with. Now, Marie says she's taking care of her 4 children, her 3 grandchildren, her grandchildren's mothers. I would like to know where their parents are. The 3 young ladies whose life has been altered by the choices that they made with your son. I want to know where their parents are. I want to know where Jurez's father is. I want to know where all of these people are, and why is all this burden on Marie. I need to know that. The 3rd baby mama comes in, child. She lets Marie know that she comes to her first for when she needs something. Why? Because you produced a son who ain't shit, right? And so now they got to bypass you and bypass him to get to you to ask you for something, because the only shit he got is because of you, because you haven't created. I'm not going to get into it. She talks about how he's going to have to learn how to be responsible. It is very clear that he is not responsible. I think we have established that Jurez is irresponsible. And I'm not sure why you will wait until there are 3 other human beings in the world who are dependent on their father and mother for their survival to determine now is the time for Jurez to get responsible. He should have been taught responsibility at the age of 7. Probably should have gotten him a puppy or something like that. I don't know. Something. Then the 1st baby mama comes over. Now, it looks like they didn't say anything to one another. They really can't say nothing to one another. You just 2 clowns passing through the night. What can you say? What can you say to each other, girl? You dumb just like me. We 2 dummies here in this living room. In this dumb nigga's house with his mama, who we have to go to ask because the nigga is dumb, because she ain't do what the fuck she was supposed to do, and his daddy wasn't there either. Because they gave them material shit instead of real shit that they need to survive. Child. She tells the 1st baby mama, the 1st baby mama's act like he comes and stays with her. Maybe well, she's the 1st one, so I mean, I don't know, the bottom or whatever you want to call it, because I don't understand how. Let me tell you something about Jurez. I'm going to tell you something. You think it's 3? It was probably more than 3. If he went to the entire club and shot the entire club up, it's more than 3. It's just some other women made a different choice. I can guarantee you that. If it was 3, it was more. Trust and believe that. 1st baby mama says she needs a math tutor. So Marie's going to get her a math tutor. Where are your parents? Did he find these girls in an orphanage? Where are their parents? I'm over it. Latrice and Mel are sitting down for a business lunch. They're talking about, logos and things like that. Cliff calls. Cliff wants to know, of course, where is Latrice? And she says she's at a business meeting. He said, what do you mean? She was like, it was last minute. He was like, well, what? I'm an investor. I need to be on these business meetings. So he wants to know everything now that he's giving money. Let me tell you something, Latrice. I know that you already know this because you seem very, very smart. You're smart enough to be the top hair bundle girl in the region. I know you know this. You're gonna have to put some boundaries on how this man can make decisions. If you did not support me, and now because I'm successful and pulling in revenue, now all of a sudden you want to invest, and now you want to make decisions on logos and stuff like that, that's not going to happen. We're going to have to make some amendments to what your investment looks like when it comes to making decisions that have been made for the past however many years it took you to become successful. You didn't make any other decision. You're not going to make no decisions now, and that's just what it is. You need to be a silent angel investor, just someone who sees the vision and wants to give the money. You cannot have control. I do not like, when I tell you that fucking pisses me off, the fact that he wants to make decisions when you first didn't. Now you want, like, not like now you want to ride on her coattails. Now I'm sure he does take care of her in other aspects, but the fact of the matter is you didn't support her at first. And now you want to make decisions on logos? Girl, you better go sit somewhere else with that foolishness. And you get there and say you're furious. You're furious? He wants to change the design on one of the logo things. He was like, well, what about my design? Mel was like, well, I know Latrice, and this is her business. You're just giving the money, my nigga. Shut up. Like, literally. Hush. Be the fuck quiet. Now we over Marie's house. No, Letitia's house. Marie goes over to Letitia's house. And she explains that they are the closest out of the group. Again, you have Latrice and Antoinette, and you have Marie and Lateshia. And they're the closest, and those two are the closest, and then you got Tambra in the middle. So they start talking about Tambra's party. And she was like, girl, I was having a good time until you started to try to bring Latrice over there. She was like, well, you know, you shouldn't let nobody have that much power over you. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. And being that, I'm just going to keep that to myself. She said, how's the family? She tells her what happened with Jurez. And she said, he's off to college and he's 3 hours away. And her plan was that Jurez should be going to school closer. Now, I agree with that. You are not going to be able to alter the lives of 6 people, including Marie, 7 people, and run your ass off to college. What you're going to have to do, we don't want you to not go to college, right? We're not going to create any hurdles in your advancement and in your progression. But what you're going to have to do is transfer closer so that now that you have these 3 children, you're going to take care of these 3 children. We're going to teach you how to do that. Because we're not going to throw you away. We're not going to throw you away. But you can't run off. You didn't change the lives of a lot of people, Jurez. So you're not going to get to go off to school. And you want to get away and you want to be free. And you want to take TVs on the way out. And when mama tells you you can't take her TV, you want to punch holes in the wall. Now, there's an out of balance behavior here. Clearly, everything is out of order. Clearly, everything is out of order. So the fact that Marie has or wants or needs so much control over Jurez's life, and Jurez is a completely irresponsible human being, and you want to create a legacy to hand off to who? To who? To somebody who lacks self-control and self-discipline? That you clearly did not instill in them? And where's his motherfucking daddy? Where's his dad? I feel like you hate me. Here it is, another mother feeling the guilt and the brunt of everything. And part of his problem probably is that he didn't have a father. There is a clear lack of self-discipline and self-worth. Because if he had self-respect, he would actually not have 3 children at 21 when he's off to school trying to play basketball. That wouldn't happen. Right? Okay. What would make him talk to me like that? She said that's the first time he's ever blown up like that. and he blew up like that and punched 3 holes in the wall, and this is the first time he's been disrespectful, and what control do you think you're going to have in telling him what school to go to? You don't have any say in anything else, clearly. But you paying for everything. And because you paying for everything, you want respect in return. But guess what you didn't instill in your children? Respect. You didn't instill that in them. You was too busy buying them shit and trying to make them look fly when he went to school. And he was missing out on the basics. Self-discipline, structure, consequence, rewards. But you giving him shit. And he's still out of control. And all of a sudden you want to maintain some type of control on his way out. And he busting walls on his way out. Trying to run away from his lack of self-control. Can we do a crossover episode with Fix My Life and Bail Collective, please? Call Iyanla, because we got some shit to straighten out over here. Lateshia tells her, you don't have to go through this alone, girl. I got you. We're going to be supportive. Great. She said, I don't know how I can recover from that. You know, because you was smiling when he came in the next day. Tambra and Lateshia went down to the councilman's office, who just so happens to be Tambra's cousin. And they're talking about the Crystal Palace Ballroom down on Fair Street and how they need to start site planning, need to make sure they're up to code and all the business, and the layouts and everything like that, the building codes. And he lets her know that her doing this makes her a powerful piece of the puzzle in revitalizing Fair Street. And when she walked out, she was crying. I was proud of her. I really like that she's doing this. And she was really proud, and her tears were coming down, and she was like, okay, I got myself together, girl. Yes, get yourself together. And I really hope that this is not just a storyline, and this is something that they are really doing, and we really see, I hope they have a party when it's all said and done, like a block party or something like that, to show that they really completed this. And I hope that other people are willing to come in with her and revitalize this area so they can have another Black Wall Street, basically. It was the Black Wall Street of that area. So Latrice and Cliff are out by the pool, and she just explains that Cliff needs some attention. I don't think he needs any more attention. I don't know. That's too much. Anyway, so she says she can't swim. She can't swim to save her life because her brother threw her in a pool when she was younger. So now she's afraid of water. And he was like, come on, come in. I got you. I'm going to show you how to swim. There are some men in the world who believe that just because they have something hanging from between their legs that they can do everything. And you can't swim. You're not even showing her the basics. You want to hold her in your arms like this while she hangs over you. First of all, that's number one. I love that she wrapped her head in a plastic bag. I have done that before. Honey, you don't have a shower cap or whatever. You get a plastic bag. Honey, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the comments that said they have done that before. Okay, no matter how much money you have, honey, get that plastic bag and protect the hair, girl. And I love that Latrice is acknowledging that she has severe daddy issues. I love it because she gets it. She was like, I got daddy issues. But let me tell you what was really funny to me is when before they went to break, they show him take his shirt off, but they don't show his body. And she was like, ooh, and doing all of this. And I was like, Cliff didn't look like his body was all that. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell she's talking about. Ooh. So when they come back and they show he took his shirt off, he had a typical old man, old nigga body. He, a little soft in the middle, like he eats well. You know what I'm saying? Typical body, but she knows that she got daddy issues, and she loves it. She just loves his old squishy body. I love in the interview, and she was like, I do not trust him to teach me how to swim. He was like, listen, ain't nobody ever died from drowning when I was teaching them how to swim. So my record is clean. I said, I know that's right. Oh, God. Oh, my God. They are a mess. Shout out to Latrice and Zaddy. Back at Marie's house, Cedric shows up, right? Cedric has this jovial personality. I don't know. It seems like he's always kind of smiling. I don't know if he's too aware of the cameras. I'm not sure, but it's like he seems like he's like, hey, yay, hey. I don't know what it is, but anyway, so they come and she talks about how Cedric didn't come home last night. So apparently Cedric has kept his bachelor pad, and he gets to go there again, out of order. It's another aspect of Marie's life that's out of order. Look at your child, look at your husband, and you have a mental health facility. There would be no way. Let me tell you something. There's no excuse for Jurez to be at this point that he is at 21 years old. If you have access, I don't know when Marie started this business, but as soon as you had access to a network of mental health physicians, your children should have been in counseling. All of them. And you. And your husband. Everybody. Just because you have access. People think that you have to spot a problem before you go to therapy. No, it should, in some cases, it could be preventative. It could be, here, let me give you the tools so that this doesn't happen, so that you're not taking care of 6 people because your child is irresponsible. Out of order. And now you got this man he goes and he stays at his other house and doesn't come back. Out of order. Iyanla, somebody call her. I don't have my phone. It's on the thing. Somebody call her, please, and get that lady down there so they could do some work. Because I was about to slap my table. Anyway. Not on my watch. So they talk about how she sees a pattern of behavior with him staying at home. And she's like, oh, the doorbell rings, and it's her girlfriend. It's her woman. It's Marie's woman, who she does business with and who she's successful with in her partnership. Her woman comes to the door. So she tells Cedric, we'll talk about this later, because they've cheated. He's cheated on her before. So Essie shows up, and they're talking about Jurez and how Jurez has never disrespected and what has happened, what is going on. And so they turn to the man of the house. They said, Cedric, you're not consistent. You're supposed to be an example. And you're supposed to lead by example. And if you're out here cheating or being less than or not operating from your higher self, these children are watching you. This boy is watching you. So he says, well, we have our own set of challenges, and I just don't understand why is Essie here. She was like, oh, wait a minute. You don't understand why Essie here. Essie said, Marie said, this is Essie's business. Do you feel like this is your business? Yes, she says, because everything Marie has, half of it is mine. And Cedric was right. Cedric said, I feel like y'all are married and I'm the side piece. Quiet as it's kept. You see how successful she is with that woman? Okay. I'm just saying. Marie said that he wanted to be in business with her. To do what? So you just like Cliff. When the shit get off the ground, now you want to be in business too. No, we're not doing this. I don't like that. I do not like that. Y'all cannot not support women in their business ventures. Now, I don't know if Cedric not supporting. I'm going in on his ass and I don't even know. But the point is, you cannot, I don't care who it is, you cannot see the vision of somebody's dream and then they become successful and start seeing a return in their business, and now you want to hop on board, and they've been through all this hard work without your support, and now we're not doing that. That's not cool at all. I don't like that. I don't know if that was Cedric's case, but the point is still remains. Okay, so Jurez shows up. Before we get off of Cedric, Marie said, if you want to be counted as a husband, you got to be one. Okay. Anyway, so Jurez shows up. Everybody sits down. Jurez is tall as hell. Marie explains she works hard to provide, and I've made mistakes by giving them everything I want. And she says, do not do that with your children. She's letting everybody know, warning, do not give your children everything they want. You are just setting them up for failure. You're just setting them up for failure, and you're making monsters out of them. And I agree with that. But there was some place where somebody there was control lost in the home. Like there's no control. No, I just see imbalance everywhere. Him hitting the walls, that's an imbalance. Like, where does that come from? Where does that stem from? And as he was sitting there, I feel like you want to make all these sacrifices and buy him all these material things, but what about the hugs and the kisses and the love and the affection and the discipline and all of this? Where happened to all of that? What happened to all of that? And now what do you want in return when you didn't put anything into it? You're expecting something back that you didn't give. You gave material things. What do you think you're going to get back when you give somebody material things? And this is what we're seeing right here. She says she needs to be in on every decision. I feel like that's still trying to control. Why are you still trying to control when it's clearly everything is out of control? What you're doing is not working. So yes, let's bring a professional in to sit down and have anger management, counseling, and all of that. She said, I thought your plan was to sit out for basketball. And she explains that his kids need him. So he needs to be closer. You want to make every decision like, and at the end of the day, he's still a kid. He's only 21. That is a child. That is a child. So we don't want to throw him away because there's him, 3 women, and 3 children. That's 7 people. You cannot throw them away. Now, we commend and we're glad that Marie is in the space, or she has the means to be able to do that. But there are some people in this country, in this world, who has the same exact image of Marie's household with no money. Do you hear me? Okay, so let's be thankful that she does have the means to do it. However, we can see where there was a clear breakdown and a loss of control somewhere. Like I said earlier, I would have definitely, just because you have access to it, I would have taken advantage of that and say, hey, let me get my children in therapy. Let me get my family in therapy. Let's get our shit under control. If your man is cheated on you, you're decided to remarry him back, and he's still staying at his home, out of control, Marie. Out of control. Son's out of control. Everybody's out of control. She explains your outburst wasn't warranted. Was it? Was it not? We don't like the way it looks. It's tearing up shit, but did anybody ask him why he did that? He's angry. Why is he angry? Because now you got somebody who didn't apply boundaries and rules and all this stuff and let you roam free enough to have 3 babies under the age of 1, and now you want to tell me I can't take a TV? As petty as it seemed, that might be the end of it. What does it say? The straw that broke the camel's back. You don't respect me. He doesn't clearly respect himself. Clearly. He has no respect for himself. Because if he had respect for himself, he would have enough discipline, self-discipline, not to create babies all over the town. And it's more than 3. I guarantee that. You can't tell me that it's not. You can't tell me. Anyways, I wrote at the bottom, but what about him? Did anybody ask him what happened? What's going on? What's the root of this? So hopefully, maybe we'll see the process. Maybe next season we'll see the process of Marie going to family therapy with her family. I think it would be great for us to witness that and see where some real levels of control can be placed and some real, tools to promote self-discipline and self-control and all of that, because it's all over the place. Look at Marie's house. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. That's why it's like how she's behaving on the outside with her girlfriends and how she's relating to other women. You got all of this stuff at home that's out of control. Anyways, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.